Hello and welcome to the template building tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be running you through generating of a playlist and more specifically using the template builder to create templates, to then save those templates, and finally to schedule those created templates to be used automatically at a later stages throughout the week. To start things off, we want to open the template builder, and to do this we click on the template builder icon, which is located near the top left hand side of the software. So if we click on that, this will open up the generate playlist window. Now in this window there are three buttons we will be using. There is the load button, the save as button, and the template builder button. To start with, we want to click on template builder. Once the template builder window is open, we are now faced with the following options. To start things off, we want to look at categories. It says include items within any of these categories. If we click on set, we are then given a list of all the categories on the system. And we can then choose from this list categories that we want to use for this template. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the country rock category. Now we don't just want one category, we want a few categories, so I'll click set again. Now you can see down the bottom there, country rock has got a tick next to it. That means that that category is selected. So if I choose another category now, for example radio hits, we now have radio hits and country rock selected. If I click set again, those two still have ticks next to them, and that shows that they are still selected. So we'll choose a third category now, just to make sure that we have enough music for this template. So we'll go ahead and choose the rock and roll category. Now the next option in the categories list is the exclude items within any of these categories. If I click set here, again I am shown a list of all the categories that are on the system. If I was to select Party Classics here, Party Classics would be excluded from this template. However, because I have selected to choose items within any of these categories, this option is null and void. If, for example, I was creating a template that used all of the music on the system, and I simply wanted to remove certain categories from being used, this is how I would do it. One category to keep in mind is the karaoke category. This is a perfect example of what you should exclude when making a template. The next option we have is the similar item separation. This just means that there will be at least a 20 item gap between the same artist being played in the playlist. And that is the same for the title as well. This will make sure that no titles are doubled up in the playlist. This option allows us to make sure that a song is not played more than once in the given time. The default is set to 12 hours, but we can change this from 12 to any number, and we can also change the drop down box to seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years. The next option is the playlist length. Playlists should run for at least 8 hours as the default setting. Now again, we can change this to any number we desire. We can change the playlist length to 6 items, or 6 minutes, 6 hours, or 6 iterations. Iterations meaning that it will go through 6 times before the playlist is complete. So I'm going to leave that at 6 hours. So then we can hit the build template icon. Once we have the template built, we want to save the template. To do that, we simply hit the save as button. This will open up the save window. From here, we simply name our template, tutorial template, and we hit the save button to save that template. So now that that template is saved, clicking on the generate button will generate the template that we have just created. As you can see there, it just generated, it loaded it into the playlist, and it is now playing that template. Now comes the fun part. Now we are going to schedule this template to play automatically at a given day and time. So to start off with, we need to open up the scheduling window. To do this, go to the Edit menu, which again is located in the top left hand corner. We click Edit and we choose Scheduling and Logging. This will open up the Scheduling Control dialog window. This is where the scheduler for the entire week is located. we can see here that at the top of the schedule is Monday. And if we scroll down on this page, we see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday. So we were looking to schedule Thursday at 7 o'clock. So we find Thursday, THU for Thursday, and we look down the list for 7 o'clock. Now it is in 24-hour time, so we will be looking for 1900. As you can see, there is no time, but there is a 5 o'clock and a 9:30. So we know 7 o'clock is between this, and we can space down to add a new line. Now instead of typing this out, it's easier just to copy the above line. So if we highlight the above line, by clicking and holding your mouse and dragging from right to left, we can highlight that line and then hit the Control-C to copy. And then if we click down into our newly made line and hit Control-V to paste, we have then duplicated that line. This will save us having to retype that line, and we can edit this much more easily. So, Thursday is correct, so we can leave that. Next is 1700. We want to change this to 1900. So we simply put our cursor next to the 7, click once, and we can backspace to remove the 7 and put in the 9. That makes it 7 o'clock on a Thursday. And we go along to the end, and it says at 7 o'clock on a Thursday it wants to load 5 PM Cruise. Now we want to change 5 PM Cruise to our playlist. So again, we put the cursor next to that, and we can remove 5 PM Cruise by just hitting the backspace key. This will remove 5 PM Cruise, and now we want to add our name for our template, which was Tutorial Template. Now that we have added that in, the template is up to date, and we know that on Thursday at 7 o'clock it is going to load Tutorial Template, which was the template we had just saved. So now what we want to do is we want to save the schedule. To save the schedule, we simply press the Save As button. This will open up the Save Scheduling Event Table window. Now you will notice that there are 3 schedules in this folder. One is called Schedule, and the other 2, Zone 2 and Zone 3 respectively. Zone 1's schedule is under Schedule. So if we click once on Schedule to select that, and then we hit Save to overwrite, it asks us if the file exists. Do you wish to overwrite? We click Yes, and there it is saved. Lastly, we hit Apply to apply the changes to the schedule, and then clicking Close, we return to the music video software. So that is how you create a template, you save that template, and then you schedule that template to be used automatically at a later stage. Country rock category? Select all. So we select a few songs, right click again, copy, so back to the work area, save it, so again we right click, paste, choose save playlist as playlist. So save as our playlist.